You see here, kid, you gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think,
what's up, YouTube? Let me adjust this camera real quick. Oh. Alrighty, there we go. That's better. Going to the Blessing of the Bikes today with some homies. Decided it was time to get out and just do an event for once. We're going to be north side of Minneapolis. I've never been to Blessing of the Bikes before, but supposedly there's a buttload of bikes there, and the gist of it is that they literally bless your bike. I'm not quite religious, but if someone's willing to pray for my safety and my bike, then I'm willing to do it. Nice. Can't wait to get my Austin Racing exhaust on this bike. Oh, I hate the stock exhaust so much. One of the biggest things I want to just absolutely remove from this bike is that damn exhaust. I want to get rid of it so bad. Oh. And this bike will sound so proper with it on. Hopefully there's no bugs on the lens today. I can't lean down to my mirrors anymore to check. One of the downsides of these aftermarket mirrors. I figured though today I would talk a little bit more about some other things on this bike while we're on the ride up that could be improved or that I like. One of the main things is this damn throttle. I'm getting the ECU flashed with my exhaust, and I'm hoping that the ECU flash will clear things up a little bit, make that throttle a lot smoother. But I can't say for sure exactly what's gonna happen and come of that. The stock throttling, it's a little bit sloppy. For example, getting out of first gear in this bike, I know I've been riding this bike for 2 years now, still haven't reached a point where I feel completely comfortable with this getting out of first gear, which is weird. Normally on most bikes it's like I get to that point, I'm done. I know exactly where the throttle is, I know how much clutch to apply. Once you're going, it's fine. I think it's because this bike is just so goddamn torquey. There's not much of an assist for you getting out of that first gear right away, which is it's a little odd at first, and you never quite get used to that throttle position. The other thing is, I think it has something to do with the baffle that I'm getting rid of with this aftermarket exhaust. The baffle system sometimes wants to change and alter the power you're getting by regulating it to meet emission standards, and because of that, the throttling never quite feels solid at all times. Sometimes the bike's engine feels like it's behaving in a different way than it should be or what you're normally used to. I don't know what exactly causes that, but I'm assuming it has something to do with that baffle system. I'm not a master mechanic or an engineer of any kind. What do I know? I didn't build this bike, but that's kind of my best guess. It's not bad, but at times it is a bit annoying. The throttle's not quite smooth, and I guess you know, that's just kind of something you got to deal with this bike in this price range. They kind of cut some corners to make this bike affordable. With that said, you still get a lot of bike for a very, very affordable price. You get a lot of stuff. But one of the things for me is I don't understand how the throttle could be sloppy on this bike. Considering it derives from the R1, you figure, you know, they would just use the ECU mapping. It's a similar engine, exact same engine. just geared differently, set differently. But you figure, you know, they'd be able to rip out some of what they learned and some of what they programmed into the R1 for this MT10, so you figured the throttling would be smooth, R1 smooth, but it's not. And maybe that has something to do with the gearing and the baffle system. I don't know. I couldn't say for sure. Nice Jeep. Like that I can see what's up ahead. Oh, there's nothing up ahead. Woo, beautiful day out today. Absolutely beautiful day out today. Gorgeous sunshine. Went out yesterday. Didn't quite get the camera out. It was 98 degrees out. I was absolutely roasting, and that's something else to talk about with this bike in more depth. Man, this bike is hot. Man, this bike is hot. I'm hoping that somebody out there comes up with a better radiator design or an aftermarket radiator of some kind that I could toss on this bike to chill it out eventually. I will immediately invest in that. No doubt about it. I'll invest in that so fast. Anything to cool this bike down more. That said, it's about, I think, mid to low 90s today. It's not bad. I had to squid it up a little bit today, ride without that jacket, because your boy is hot. Not in a good way. But that's alright. We're not doing nothing too crazy today, and I'm not riding too long, so wish me luck. Hopefully I don't need this jacket. Typically I hate riding on the highway, and will absolutely put on full gear when doing it. But today just was too much for me. I'm suffering a heat stroke out here in these hot Minneapolis roads. Or St. Paul, I should say. I think is where we're closer to. Yeah, hopefully at some point in the next couple of days my exhaust will arrive. According to Austin Racing, it should have arrived the first week of June. I don't know when and or where it is and is going to arrive. I think the Suez Canal blockage and Italy being hit with the extreme COVID crisis has really slowed down that process. I ordered it back in February. That exhaust should be coming anytime now. I'm waiting patiently and stressing all the time about it. I just want my damn exhaust. But, you know, I can't get angry. Austin Racing is doing the best they can with the worst situation possible. Booking it down this highway today. Still got 15 minutes to arrive in the town we're going to. Woo! Gotta love this bike. It's surprisingly stable. That's something to talk about with the MT10. Incredibly stable. I don't ever feel like this bike is not on the ground. I don't feel like I'm losing control of it. That's one thing I'll definitely tip my hat to Yamaha for. This bike feels good at all speeds that you can ride it. At no point have I ever felt like this bike wasn't very firmly planted. And keep in mind, this isn't even the SP version with the electronically adjustable suspension, I believe. This bike feels good. I love that. Maybe that's because it's a heavier bike. I don't know. I've heard a lot of naked style bikes, especially the lower you go in power, the less comfortable they feel at higher speeds. You lose that sensation of being planted on the ground, but at no point have I ever felt like this bike wasn't solid. And I think that's something most people might enjoy. It's very reassuring. God damn, this road is bumpy as shit. And that's interesting to me because this bike is not aerodynamic at all. This bike cuts through the wind like a giant block of cheese. Okay, it is not an aerodynamic bike. And yet, I don't feel like I'm being blown or thrown anywhere. I feel confident and solid on it at all times. It's very enjoyable. Could be because I'm a bigger dude, I can't say for sure. God damn. Alright. A little bit better. Whew, that was rough. Rough roads in Minnesota. One of the reasons sport bike might not be right up your alley. Rough roads, rough. But yeah, just some of my thoughts. Start the vlog back up at Blessing on the bike, save some battery. See you in a minute. Wow, we got all sorts of bikes here today. This is insane. Kind of lost the last second of our group, but we'll get it in. My God. This is badass. Holy shit, dude. Look at this. Got everything. Every type of Harley. I hope there's some sport bikes here today. Uh-oh. Oh, we got the Can-Ams. More Harleys. God damn, look at this. Crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Oh, we got the... This is nuts, dude. Oh, holy shit. Here in Taylor Falls, Minnesota, Blessing of the Bikes 2021. This is nuts. Looks like we just line them up. Hopefully the second half of our group gets here. Oh, there they are. They just pulled in. Hey, I just seen them. They just passed by. They should be coming up any second now. Where are they? Scooter? There they are. There they are.
Do a tail swivel with sauce and strawberries.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
You like one?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm with you. Speaking of that.
Dolce and Gabbana, Fendi and that Donna, Karen, they be sharing all their money, got me wearing fly. Girl, I ain't asking, they say they love my ass and 7 G's to religion. I say no, but they keep giving, so I keep on taking, and no, I ain't taking. We can keep on taking, I keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love, my love. You love my lady, my love, they got you.
Well, maybe not. They might get worse when you get over there.